How to actually make money online. Let me save you months, maybe years of wasting time. If you're still searching for the secret hack or magic trick to make money online, you're going to lose. Because that world ended more than a decade ago. In 2025, the internet is flooded. Millions of people are already trying the same things you're thinking about. And if you don't understand the new rules of the game, you'll just keep failing. But here's the good news. I've been in this space for years. I've tried the wrong ways, wasted time, burned energy, and I finally figured out what actually works. So, in this video, I'm breaking it all down. No fluff, no BS. I remember back in 2018 when I first tried to make money online. I thought it would be easy. I started blogs, YouTube channels, social media pages. Some worked for a while, but then the algorithms changed and I was back to zero. The biggest mistake? I was chasing shortcuts instead of building real value. I kept thinking, if I just find the right hack, the money will pour in. But it never did. And I know so many of you watching this have been through the same thing, buying courses, trying dropshipping, spamming affiliate links, only to end up frustrated and broke. The truth is, in 2025, there are only two real ways to make money online. That's it. Everything else is noise. Let me break this down very simply. Build your own business from scratch. Help existing businesses grow by selling your skills as a freelancer or agency. That's it. There is no third option. There's no magic software that makes money for you. There's no copy-paste system. If anyone tells you otherwise, they're lying. Now let's go deep into both paths so you can see which one is right for you. Path 1. Building your own online business. This is the dream, right? Being your own boss, waking up in the morning and realizing that while you were asleep, your business was still working for you. Money came in, opportunities kept growing, and you didn't have to clock in for anyone else. That's the fantasy most people have when they think about making money online. And yes, it is possible. But here's the truth. It's not easy, and it's definitely not overnight. In 2025, there are three main ways people are building real businesses online. And if you understand these, you'll know exactly where to focus your time and energy. The first one is content creation. This includes YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or even podcasts. The formula here is simple but powerful. Create value, build trust, and then monetize that trust. For example, think about someone reviewing AI tools on YouTube. Maybe their channel gets 100,000 views per month. That traffic can easily turn into ad revenue, affiliate commissions, and eventually their own paid course. The real magic is in building an audience that believes in you. And trust me, people don't connect with faceless brands or robots. They connect with humans. I learned this the hard way. When I first started uploading videos, nobody cared. Views were flat. But the moment I stopped copying other creators and started sharing my own personal journey, everything changed. Engagement went up, people commented, and my audience grew. Because the internet is full of noise, and the only way to stand out is to be authentically you. The second way is e-commerce, building online stores. Platforms like Shopify, WooCommerce, and Amazon FBA make it possible to sell physical or digital products to anyone in the world. But here's the big difference in 2025. It's not about finding some random, winning product and hoping it goes viral anymore. That used to work back in 2017 or 2018. Today, people don't just buy products, they buy stories. They buy from brands that align with who they are. For example, instead of selling just a generic water bottle, you might build a brand around eco-friendly bottles designed for students who want both style and sustainability. The truth is, dropshipping without trust and branding is dead. But if you create a story and community around your product, you can build something that lasts. The third way is building apps, websites, or tools. This is especially powerful for people who enjoy tech. And here's the good news. You no longer need to be a master coder to pull this off. AI has completely lowered the barrier. Tools like Bubble, Webflow, and AI coding assistants allow almost anyone to create functional apps or websites. I know someone who built a simple habit tracker app with the help of AI. They charge just $5 per month, and with 2,000 users, that's $10,000 a month in recurring revenue. That's the power of solving a real problem for people. But here's the reality check. Building your own online business takes time. For the first 6 months, you might not see much money. You'll probably be frustrated, and you'll want to quit. But if you stick with it, your income has the potential to grow exponentially. Think of it like planting a tree. At first, you water it every day, but you see no results. Then one day, it sprouts, and over time it grows strong and starts bearing fruit. That's exactly how online business works. So if your dream is long-term freedom, the kind where you control your schedule, your income, and your future, this is the path you want to choose. But you have to be patient, consistent, and willing to play the long game. Content creation, the new digital business in 2025. Let's start with the truth. Content creation is no longer a cute side hustle where you post a few random videos and suddenly blow up. It's a full-scale business model, and in 2025 it has matured into one of the most powerful ways to build an income and a brand online. But unlike in the early days of YouTube or Instagram, the game has changed. Today, there are millions of creators. Everyone is posting. Everyone is trying to go viral. So how do you stand out? The answer is simple. You don't just create content, you create value, you build trust, and then you monetize that trust. Let's break this down step by step. Let's start with the truth. Content creation is no longer a cute side hustle where you post a few random videos and suddenly blow up. It's a full-scale business model, and in 2025 it has matured into one of the most powerful ways to build an income and a brand online. But unlike in the early days of YouTube or Instagram, the game has changed. Today, there are millions of creators. Everyone is posting. Everyone is trying to go viral. So how do you stand out? The answer is simple. You don't just create content. You create value, you build trust, and then you monetize that trust. Let's break this down step by step. At its core, content creation is about attention. In today's world, attention is the new currency. Businesses fight for it, advertisers pay billions for it, and people spend hours every single day giving it away for free. If you can grab attention and, more importantly, keep it, you have the ability to turn that attention into income. But not all attention is created equal. A 5-second laugh from a meme might get you views, but it won't necessarily build trust. Trust comes when people see you consistently delivering value, sharing stories, teaching them, or inspiring them. That's when they stop seeing you as just another creator and start seeing you as a person worth listening to. Now, let's talk platforms. In 2025, the big four for content creation are YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and podcasts. Each one has its own strengths. YouTube is the king of long-form content. It's where people go to learn, to search, to binge. It also pays the most reliably through ads and is the best for long-term growth. TikTok is the king of short attention. Viral clips, trends, and short storytelling thrive here. It's powerful for discovery, but not always for deep trust. Instagram sits somewhere in the middle. It's a mix of visual branding, community building, and short content. Podcasts are for long-form, loyal audiences. They don't go viral easily, but they build a deep connection with listeners. In 2025, the smartest creators aren't choosing just one platform, they're repurposing. A single YouTube video can be cut into 10 TikToks, 5 Instagram Reels, and even an audio podcast episode. One piece of content becomes 10. That's how you maximize reach without burning out. The business behind content. Here's where most people get it wrong. They think content creation is only about ads. Oh, I'll get to 100,000 subscribers and YouTube will pay me. Sure, ad revenue is nice, but it's just one income stream. The real money comes from combining multiple streams. Ad revenue, YouTube, TikTok, and other platforms share revenue from ads. Affiliate marketing, recommending tools, products, or services you already use and getting a commission. Sponsorships, brands paying you directly to feature their product in your content. Your own products or services, courses, ebooks, consulting, coaching, merchandise. When you combine these, even a small audience can generate income. For example, imagine you run a YouTube channel reviewing AI tools. You get 100,000 views a month. That might earn you $500 in ad revenue. But then you add affiliate links to the AI tools you review, maybe another $1,000 a month. Then you create your own digital product, like a course teaching how to use AI for productivity. If 50 people buy it at $100 each, that's $5,000. Suddenly, your little channel is making $6,500 a month, even though you're not famous. That's the business of content creation. Now, let's get personal. When I first started creating content, I made the classic mistake. I copied others. I watched what successful creators were doing, and I tried to sound like them, look like them, and make content like them. And guess what? Nobody cared. My videos flopped, my posts got ignored, and I felt invisible. Then I tried something different. Instead of pretending to be someone else, I shared my own journey. I showed my struggles, my mistakes, my progress. And people responded. They commented things like, "Wow, I can relate to this," or "I'm going through the same thing." That's when I learned the golden rule of content creation. People don't connect with perfection, they connect with honesty. In a world where everyone is trying to look flawless, your story, your personality, and your authenticity are your biggest advantages. The reality? Of course, I won't sugarcoat it. Content creation is not easy. You can spend hours making a video and it might get 50 views. You can pour your heart into a post and it might get ignored. That's why most people quit. They think if they don't see results in a month, it's not working. But here's the truth. Content creation is like going to the gym. The first week, you don't see muscles. The first month, you don't look much different. But if you keep showing up consistently, the results compound. By month 6, people start noticing. By year 1, you're transformed. And the same thing happens with content. Consistency is the secret weapon. The future of content in 2025. One more thing you need to know. In 2025, AI has changed the game. Tools can now help you script, edit, caption, and even repurpose your content. This means the barriers are lower than ever. You don't need a huge team or expensive equipment. With a smartphone, a mic, and some creativity, you can start today. But don't make the mistake of thinking AI will do everything. AI can make your work faster and smoother, but it can't replace your human perspective. Remember, people follow people, not robots. Final words. So here's the bottom line. Content creation in 2025 is one of the best ways to build a business, but it's not just about posting random videos and hoping for luck. It's about building value, creating trust, and then turning that trust into income. The formula hasn't changed, but the tools and opportunities have never been better. If you're thinking about content creation, start today. Start messy, start imperfect, but just start. Because every piece of content you put out is like a seed. Maybe not every seed will grow, but some will. And over time, those seeds can turn into a forest that supports you for years to come. The question isn't, is content creation worth it? The question is, are you willing to stay consistent long enough to see it work? Pushpin word count, 1050. Do you want me to now do the same 1,000 word deep dive for e-commerce next? So each subsection of path 1 has a long form, smooth narration? You said, yes, now for e-commerce in paragraphs. ChatGPT said, perfect, thumbs up. Here's a 1,000+ word deep dive expansion on e-commerce in 2025, written in storytelling plus teaching style, fully in paragraphs for smooth YouTube text-to-speech narration. E-commerce in 2025, beyond winning products. When people hear the word e-commerce, most still imagine the classic dream. You find a cheap product from China, list it on a Shopify store, run a few Facebook ads, and boom, you're rich. Maybe that worked in 2017 or 2018. Back then, dropshipping was a gold rush, and almost anyone could stumble on a trending gadget and make quick money. But let me be blunt, in 2025, that era is over. The landscape has matured. Customers are smarter, competition is brutal, and random winning products don't build real businesses anymore. So, what does work today? The answer is simple: brand. In 2025, e-commerce is no longer about selling just products. It's about selling a story, a lifestyle, and an identity. People don't buy a water bottle just because it holds water. They buy it because it's eco-friendly, it looks stylish, and it makes them feel like they're part of a movement. They don't buy just a hoodie. They buy the meaning behind it, the community it represents, and the way it makes them feel when they wear it. The shift from products to brands. Think about it. If you go on Amazon right now, you'll find thousands of generic products. But most of them are invisible. The ones that stand out have a strong story behind them. Take Gymshark, for example. It started as a small brand selling gym clothes, but it wasn't just about the fabric. It was about identity, being part of a community of people who live and breathe fitness. That's why customers kept coming back. In 2025, customers are bombarded with options every single day. If you want them to choose you, you need to give them a reason that goes beyond price. The cheapest option is never the long-term winner. The strongest brand always wins. Platforms that power e-commerce today. Let's talk platforms. The backbone of modern e-commerce is built on a few key players. Shopify, still the go-to for building your own branded store. Simple, customizable, and powerful. WooCommerce, perfect for people who want WordPress integration and flexibility. Amazon FBA, the giant marketplace where millions of customers are already searching. The advantage is traffic, but the downside is competition and fees. Etsy, the hub for unique, creative, and handmade style products. Great for niche, design-driven brands. The smart entrepreneurs in 2025 often combine these. For example, they start with Amazon to leverage the massive traffic, then slowly build their own Shopify store to capture loyal customers. Because owning your audience is the ultimate power. On Amazon, customers are Amazon's customers. On your store, they're yours. The power of niche. One of the biggest mistakes people still make is trying to sell everything to everyone. That doesn't work anymore. The riches are in the niches. Instead of a general store selling random gadgets, focus on a specific audience with a specific problem or identity. For example, instead of selling a random water bottle, you might build a brand of eco-friendly bottles designed for college students who care about sustainability and style. Instead of selling a generic phone case, you create a brand around rugged phone cases for hikers and outdoor adventurers. When you niche down, your marketing becomes sharper, your message becomes clearer, and your audience feels like you're speaking directly to them. That's how you build loyalty. Storytelling, the secret ingredient. Here's something most beginners underestimate: storytelling. In 2025, a brand without a story is just noise. People want to feel emotionally connected to what they buy. And the story doesn't have to be complicated. Could be as simple as why you started the brand, the problem you wanted to solve, the mission behind your product. Think about Tom's shoes. Their story was simple: for every pair of shoes you buy, we give one to a child in need. That story fueled an entire movement and turned a small brand into a global giant. So when you're building your e-commerce business, don't just focus on features and benefits. Focus on the story. Make your customers feel like they're part of something bigger. Digital products, the silent giant. When people hear e-commerce, they usually think of physical products. But in 2025, digital products are exploding. Because they're high margin, instant delivery, and scalable. You create once and you can sell it forever. Examples include online courses, templates and digital tools, subscription-based content. Think about this. You could sell a digital fitness program instead of just gym equipment, or a productivity template instead of just a notebook. Digital products let you diversify your income and often carry even higher profit margins than physical goods. Now let's address the elephant in the room: trust. Back in the dropshipping days, people would build one-page stores with fake reviews and low-quality products. And sure, they'd make some money for a few weeks. But then customers caught on, and those stores disappeared. In 2025, the only way to survive in e-commerce is to build trust. That means high-quality products, no shortcuts. Professional branding, a clean website, good design, and consistent visuals. Transparency, real reviews, real customer service, real shipping times. When you build trust, people not only buy once, they come back. And the repeat customer is where the real money is. The role of AI in e-commerce. AI has completely changed e-commerce. In 2025, you can use AI to write product descriptions, generate branding ideas and logos, analyze customer behavior, personalize email campaigns, even design store layouts and ads. This doesn't mean AI replaces you. It means you can move faster, test more, and compete with bigger players without a huge team. But the human element, the creativity, the empathy, the brand voice, still comes from you. I won't lie, e-commerce isn't easy. It's not just find a product, run ads, profit. It takes research, branding, and patience. In your first few months, you might not make much money. You'll test products that fail. You'll run ads that flop. But every failure teaches you something. And if you stick with it, the rewards are massive. Think of it like planting a field. At first, it's just hard work. Digging, planting, watering. It feels like nothing is happening. But then, suddenly, the crops start growing, and the harvest makes all the work worth it. That's e-commerce in a nutshell. So here's the bottom line. In 2025, e-commerce is not about chasing quick wins. It's about building brands, telling stories, and creating trust. Whether you sell physical products, digital products, or a mix of both, the principles are the same. Solve a real problem, serve a specific audience, and build a story that people want to be part of. Dropshipping as a get-rich-quick scheme is dead. But branded e-commerce, fueled by storytelling and trust, is more alive than ever. And if you play the long game, you can create a business that doesn't just make money, but also builds loyalty, impact, and freedom. Building apps, websites, and tools to make money online. When people think about starting an online business, many imagine content creation or e-commerce. But there's another path that's growing faster than ever in 2025. Building apps, websites, and tools. This is the digital gold rush of today. And here's the best part. You don't have to be a master coder or spend years in computer science to take part. AI and no-code platforms have completely changed the game. Just a few years ago, building an app or a website required advanced programming skills and a big budget. Most people didn't even consider it. But today, the barriers are gone. With tools like Bubble, Webflow, Framer, and AI coding assistants, almost anyone can build functional, professional apps and websites. What used to take a team of developers months can now be done in days. That's the opportunity sitting right in front of us. The principle here is simple. Solve a problem, serve people, and charge for it. Apps, websites, and tools are just digital solutions to problems. Think about the apps you already use daily. Fitness trackers, budgeting apps, to-do lists, meditation guides. Each of them exists because people wanted help with something. For example, a student wanted to stay productive, so someone built a habit tracker. A small business wanted to manage invoices, so someone created accounting software. A creator wanted an easier way to repurpose content, so someone built a tool for that. Every app is basically a solution packaged in digital form. And if you can solve a problem, even a small one, you can build a business. Let me give you an example. A few months ago, someone built a simple habit tracking app using AI assistance. It wasn't fancy. Just a clean interface where users could log habits and track progress. They put it on the App Store and charged $5 per month. At first, growth was slow. But after some marketing, they hit 2,000 paying users. Do the math. 2,000 users times $5 is $10,000 per month. That's recurring income, all from a simple idea. Here's another one. A freelancer noticed that businesses kept asking for simple landing pages for ads. Instead of building them from scratch every time, he used Webflow templates to speed up the process. Soon, he turned it into a mini agency and started charging $500 to $1,000 per website. That's not just income, it's scalable because once you have systems and templates, you can deliver faster and take on more clients. The magic here is leverage. You build something once and you can sell it over and over. That's the beauty of digital tools. In 2025, two revolutions are making this path more accessible than ever: no-code platforms and AI helpers. No-code platforms like Bubble, Webflow, Card, and Glide let you build apps and websites visually. You drag and drop elements, connect logic, and publish without writing much code. AI assistants can now generate code snippets, fix errors, and even suggest features. If you get stuck, you can literally ask the AI to help you solve the problem. This means that even if you don't consider yourself tech-savvy, you can still participate. The learning curve is lower, and the opportunity is bigger. Let's zoom in on websites for a moment. Every single business needs a website. Not just big corporations, even local shops, freelancers, and startups. And in 2025, websites aren't just about looking pretty. They're about function, getting leads, making sales, and building trust. That's why funnel building has become such a valuable skill. A funnel is simply a website designed to guide people from curiosity to purchase. Imagine a page where someone sees an offer, signs up, and then gets taken step by step toward buying. Businesses love this because it works. If you can build websites and funnels that actually generate results, you can charge anywhere from a few hundred to several $1,000s per project. And once again, AI and templates make this easier than ever. Just like in content creation and e-commerce, trust is everything. If you build an app or a website, people need to feel confident that it works and that you'll support them if something goes wrong. That means clean design, responsive customer service, and honest communication. The days of throwing up a buggy app and disappearing are over. In 2025, user experience makes or breaks you. Path 2. Helping existing businesses. Not everyone wants to build their own business from scratch. And honestly, not everyone should. Because while creating your own brand takes patience, consistency, and a lot of trial and error, there's another path that can put money in your pocket much faster. And that's helping businesses that already exist. Think about it. Every business around you, whether it's a restaurant, a clothing store, a real estate agency, or even your local gym, needs customers. Without customers, they don't survive. But here's the problem. Most business owners are too busy running their business to figure out how to get more customers online. They might be great at cooking, designing clothes, or managing properties, but when it comes to social media ads, websites, or online sales, they're lost. This is where you come in. You don't need to own the restaurant to make money, you just need to help the restaurant bring in more people. And in 2025, that means helping them with digital skills. Skills like managing their Instagram page, running TikTok ads, creating content that attracts customers, building a website, or even handling their online reviews. The beauty of this path is that businesses are willing to pay because your work directly brings them revenue. Imagine you help a gym run Facebook ads, and that ad brings in 50 new memberships in 1 month. Even if the gym charges only $20 per membership, that's $1,000 in new revenue for them. Do you think they'll mind paying you $200 or $300 for managing that campaign? Of course not. Because your service isn't an expense, it's an investment that brings them money. Another advantage of this path is speed. With your own business, you might work for months before seeing real money. But with freelancing or agency work, you could land your first client this week and get paid next week. That's why so many people start here. It's a faster entry into online income. And here's the secret. You don't need to know everything to get started. You just need to know a little more than the business owner. Let's say you know how to design simple websites using WordPress or Shopify. That skill alone could make you $500 to $1,000 per project, because most small business owners don't even know where to begin. Or maybe you're good at creating Instagram Reels, something you're probably already doing for yourself. Businesses will pay you to do the same thing for them because they don't have the time or creativity to do it. Of course, this path also has challenges. You need to learn how to talk to clients, show them your value, and deliver results. At first, some businesses may ignore you or say no. But once you get your first success story, it gets easier. One happy client can lead to referrals, and referrals are where the real money begins. So if you're someone who doesn't want to wait a year for results, and you're ready to start earning in the next few weeks or months, helping existing businesses might be the best path for you. It's not just about money, it's about learning real-world skills, building connections, and creating a service-based business that can grow into something much bigger down the road. At the end of the day, making money online in 2025 isn't about shortcuts, luck, or chasing get-rich-quick hacks. It all comes down to two real choices: building your own online business or helping businesses that already exist. Both paths work. One takes patience and vision, the other gives you faster results with skills you can start learning today. The internet is no longer the Wild West. It's crowded, competitive, and constantly changing. But the opportunity is still massive for those willing to provide real value, build trust, and keep improving every single day. So my advice is simple: pick a path, commit to it, and give it your best shot. Because in this new digital world, the only people who win are the ones who